Yep, we're fine. Cool. Didn't even sink. Didn't even sink. I'm running out of oil. What, I do it in the wrong order? Is there an order? Oh my god, there's so many, but they suck. You guys aren't even good at this whole fighting thing. Anyway. Gotcha. Alright, is there a clue about what order to do them in? Is it the two that her hands are by? Apparently it's never that one. That one's a big no-no. Because it immediately was bad this time. Oh, I meant to be charging it. Well, it's one way to farm rupees. Are you okay? Yes, you're okay. You're a bad though. Okay. Come at me. Ow, ow. Is there a clue? That thing in the middle of the wall back there kind of looks like it's covered in, like, things. I don't know. Might just be assigning value. Ah, shit, which one was good? You were good, right? And you were bad and you were bad? Are you good? You're bad. Can I skip this? You can't skip that one, huh? They want you to soak it in. Anyway. It's impossible to skip. I am about to run out of oil. That's a Prabble. You and you. Shit. Did you just vibrate? I thought I saw it vibrate. Like the one that I'm supposed to light next. Is that what it is? Hmm. See if I can fix this. Is that not a mechanic anymore? What happened to that mechanic? Can I shoot through it? Okay. I think the wind would just take it out. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Time to go do a round trip. 'Cause I ran out of oil. And I feel like a dummy at the moment. Gotta climb it. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. No worries. Limited lantern oil is one of those mechanics that just makes me wonder, like, what does it add to the experience? Oops. No, 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 no. We're good. Everything's fine. Stupid. There we go. So you can't... Okay. I might have done a dumb earlier. It shows a bottle, so I thought you could only scoop it with a bottle. But I scooped it with my lantern. So I don't... Eh. Wrong way. Wrong way. No, thank you. No, don't do this to me. Leave me alone. I've already got to do the kind of slow backtracking. Just leave me be. It's fine. He actually reacts to it. He like, if he looks startled for a second as everything shakes around him. Don't respawn. Don't respawn. Cool. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. This will give me a chance to confirm whether I was right or not. I think I saw it shake. So let's look at the left one. No. That was just the light going through it. Oh, it's just those two and that's it. Yeah, I think it was just the waviness of the heat. But I briefly thought I saw it shake, and I was like, oh, was that supposed to be my clue? I'm not entirely sure if there was an obvious solution. Maybe the skulls, except I didn't do that. The skulls would be like 1, 2, 3. But that doesn't seem to have been the solution either. I'm not sure. Uh-huh. Let's just get ahead of this one then. I see you, by the way. Oh yeah? You gonna run away? Oh, there's... Oh, we're doing this, huh? Oh, we're doing this. Okay. Joke's on you. Which one is the real one? How could anyone know? That one's the real one, apparently. Alright. Well, he wasn't nearly as tricky as he thought he was. Yeah, I'm gonna multiply into 4 guys, like that one D&D move called Mirror Image. And then there'll be like, it's like he's not able to hit the right one. But then I'll make the correct one glow at the last second. He'll never figure it out. Super clever. And then he died. And then he died immediately. I have that move on my sorcerer. It is very useful. I have a lot of tanking skills in my sorcerer that just help that character just be not dead all the time, because he gets attacked a lot. I must just have one of those faces. Or one of those personalities. So I have 3 of the pose. Need to find the last one. It occurs to me that I might not be getting a new skill while I'm here. Curious about that. I feel like by now in a temple I usually have like a new ability of some kind. I think just the fact that I can be here as the wolf is the new skill. Oh no. That's fine. That's fine. He just died horribly. It's fine. In a shocking turn of events, you super cannot make that jump. That's 3 out of 4. There should only be one scent thing left, right? Or maybe not, because one of them's right here. I don't know. It kind of looks like the other ones are disappearing. Yeah, they are. Even though this one's still here. So it's going through here. She's opening the doors with her hair, apparently. Ow. Through there. A little closer than I'd like. Then I went through here, which I also went through, I think. Who's a powerful doggo? Yeah. Tell me the Redeads aren't back. Don't make me do that. Don't put those... Oh god, there's so many enemies. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, a digging spot again. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Ish. Ow. Who knew that spears were so specifically powerful against an animal that's lunging you? Almost as if it's a primary way of hunting boar. And really large numbers of wildlife creatures that attack you, as opposed to just run away or whatever. I missed you again. One of you pesky dudes. So he's probably inside the walls here. I was wondering, I had the thought while we were here that that sound might be a Poe. Look at him pulling. Oh, look at him go. It reminds me of the experiment that explained the difference between dogs and wolves. Because a domesticated wolf and a domesticated dog are not the same thing. Like, dogs are actually domesticated genetically. Like, that's how they get the piebald coat patterns, where a lot of them have, like, lighter underbellies and stuff like that. Which, interestingly, this Wolf Link version has a piebald coat pattern where his underbelly is light and his face is light, the way that a lot of domesticated animals are. Like, genetically domesticated animals, which is interesting, because that's unusual. It's not really what wolves normally look like. And one of the core differences between the two is that if you take a dog that's raised with humans and a wolf that's raised with humans, the wolf will like be cohabitated with humans and like understand how to deal with humans and everything, and it like won't be aggressive perhaps. But the dog can actually communicate with humans and read their emotions and look at their face and stuff like that. So dogs actually look at your face and tell your emotional state, and they're like that socially developed. Whereas wolves just exist around you. And I don't know, maybe they like you, I don't know, but they just don't get that far. And the reason why I'm talking about that here is because scientists actually put them in a room where there was a thing you could pull on, and if you pulled on it, oh, I'm picking up the thing. If you pulled on the chain, then you would get food that was like attached to the chain. And so like they figured out, almost like in a Skinner's box sort of way, they figured out they could get food by pulling on the chain, and it was a reward. And so they would do that. but then the researchers would tie off the other side of the chain so it wouldn't pull out the food, and instead it was just stuck. And the difference is that the wolf would just try to pull on the chain for a while, and then they'd get frustrated and they'd struggle, and then they'd maybe give up or maybe try again or whatever, but that was it. But the dog would actually try to like if they had a person in the room, and the dog would actually try to communicate with the person that something was wrong. They would like look back and forth between the person and the stuck chain, and it would like make noises at the person and try to get the person to help with the thing, and like they would actually communicate to solve their problems, whereas the wolf would not. The wolf would just try to pull on the chain and then probably give up, and that was it. Like, there's actually genetic differences between them, and with the way they socialize with humans, and that's because we specifically bred dogs to become man's best friend. It was likely a case of different wolf packs were following around human tribes in the early days of hunter-gatherers and whatnot, and the more courageous and sociable wolves among the group would be more likely to get closer to the human tribes to scavenge for food that was like left behind and stuff like that, or get leavings and things like that. Table scraps, like that's how far back table scraps goes with canines and humans. And the ones that got closer to us more would be more willing to, they'd be more likely to encounter each other, so they would essentially self-select. They self-selected for being sociable with humans because they breed with each other, because they were just due to proximity. They were the ones that were around humans, so those were the ones that would breed with each other. That's just how it worked. And then over time, they became more and more incorporated and friendly with the actual human tribes, and in the early days, they're useful for like being an alarm system, which is why dogs bark so much, because there's a way of alerting to incoming threats, especially at night at a camp. But also you get further and further to the point where like they're hunting with humans, and they're doing all these other cool things with humans, and they keep getting more and more advanced until then humans went to overdrive and realized that they could breed the dogs, and that's why we have monstrosity dogs that should have never existed that have breathing problems and hip problems and all this crap, instead of just being badasses that like humans. You can really tell which things I did a report on at some point, or things like that. Because yes, I did do a presentation on the domestication of dogs, just like I did a presentation on columnar jointing. I took a paleontology class, and that was an unusually recent history form of paleontology, because it's kind of just anthropology, because it's directly tied to the history of humans. Everyone else is doing dinosaurs and crap, and I'm like, dogs are neat. Because how did dogs happen? Turns out we made them, but also they made themselves, and I didn't know that. That was cool to find out. But it taught me the difference between modern dogs and modern wolves and all these cool little details. What's especially interesting is finding out that nobody is entirely sure where the original domesticated dogs came from, specifically because it might have happened simultaneously across the globe from different people. Like, it's just a thing that was so bound to happen, and I don't think there's a way through this room until I do something else somewhere else. It's like, it seems like it's like there's no particular group or person that figured it out. It's just like, it's just such a natural outcome between how wolves and humans interact that eventually it would happen. So it happened all over the globe in completely isolated places where that never had any communication with each other at the time. And then so different cultures have their own history with dogs and wolves. And that's neato. Hi. Oh. There's so many hookshot spots in here, I'm wondering if I'm gonna finally get whatever the hookshot thing is that I don't have. What's over here? Alright. Got him? Got him. Yeah, weirdly enough, the piebald fur pattern, which you have to pretty much search for to get more information. It's like literally the word pie as in like the dessert, and then bald as in like not having hair. The piebald fur pattern is a common thing among many animals. It's been the bane of fur trappers throughout history. Because fur trappers are like, this whole thing where we have to hunt for animals is a real pain in the ass, isn't it? What if we just domesticated the animal? And then we could just, you know, have a farm of, like, squirrels or raccoons or whatever we feel like selling the fur of. This is probably not anywhere near the top of the list. And, like, they're like, yeah, what if we just capture the animal? We capture the animal that we want to sell the fur of, and then we just breed them to make them domestic and sociable and just easy to control, like cows, and then just, you know, breed them forever and slaughter them every now and then to get their fur, and, you know, just have a controlled population instead of having to manually hunt them all the time. But they found that you can't do that. You can't do that because if you breed anything to be more sociable with humans and domestic, it's tied with, it's called neoteny. It's you're prolonging the early social life of a mammal, because a lot of mammals are very social in their early days, and because it's the part of their life where they're learning what people to interact with. Am I supposed to be putting these fires out? I don't think so. During the early days of a mammal, they're as a child, basically, they're learning their social circles and like what is safe to be around and interact with and everything like that. So that's why you want to get a wolf young if you want to domesticate it, so it can not be dangerous to humans at the very least, even though it won't be anywhere as far advanced as a dog is at human interaction. And so when you talk about childhood traits, you talk about neotenized traits, basically, like wolf pups bark and they have floppy ears, but wolf adults have pointy ears and they howl and they don't bark generally. I'm not sure what's going on with these. What are these? I think I'm supposed to be doing something with them. And so you breed animals that are neotenized for longer and longer in order to make them sociable. The traits are tied to each other. The floppy ears, the barking, the piebald fur pattern where they have a lighter belly and stuff like that compared to the rest of their fur in many cases. And these aren't universal because there's so many dog breeds now. But all those things are kind of tied to each other, which so people that wanted fur trappers, it didn't work. People that wanted to make fur trapping easier, it didn't work because they would ruin the fur. Because they would breed the whatever mammal, and they would get a completely different fur pattern, which was defeated the whole purpose of trying to make it a domestic creature they could hunt, and not have to hunt. That was just an interesting thing to come into. I don't know what's happening here. Was I supposed to be doing something on my way up and down there, or? There was a... Seems to have been a door down there. By bringing it up, have I had some kind of effect on the sand that was over here? Yeah, I wrote a whole goddamn paper about that stuff. And I freaking procrastinated like crazy. As I usually did. I think I had like 2 months to work on it, and instead it was like, well, spring break's here. Time to finally do it, because it's due the moment the spring break's over. Well, kind of a dick move to have something due right after spring break. Can I push it the other way? To go back down? Or further down? There it is. That's the one. Gotcha. Yeah, those are your keywords you want to search if you're interested in what the hell I'm talking about. Although, you can always research the shit yourself, because there's online databases that allow you to search scientific documents. They're just available. Oftentimes you might have to pay to get the most in-depth information about some of the documents, but you can get the basic stuff a lot of the time. But keywords are neoteny, N-E-O-T-E-N-Y, and piebald, which I already said is just pie and bald. Those are useful words. Oh, gross. It's doing this again. I don't like this. Get off of me. Who's a nightmare? Yes, you are. Really uncomfortable how they're just all over me and like eating into my body. Die. Aw. That would have been badass. Oh. Speaking of cows, that's actually a piebald fur pattern. I'm not 1000% sure because it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure that cows don't occur naturally. As weird as that might sound. Like that appearance. Oh crap, it's sliding back. Ow, by the way? Is that a Redhead over there? Oh, I need to go kill him then, because he's going to stop me dead in my tracks while I'm trying to deal with this. I'm fairly sure that cows don't occur naturally. Like, similar bovine creatures exist, but we, like, created cows, I think. But that wasn't really the topic of my paper, but it came up in the topic of piebald, and I think that's what it was. That's why they're... A lot of the stuff we eat, Okay, the combination of problems is becoming a thing. Could you blow up sooner or something? Like... God damn it. This wasn't a problem earlier. What a problem to combine. That sounds horrible. Ah, my ears. You guys are lucky I compressed this shit. Because that's one of those things where like it just stacked the audio of each piece of the noise on top of itself, so it's super loud when it's all of them combined. Why is this suddenly a problem? It was so easy before. There we go. Was there a reason to do that? There's like nothing here, is there? Crap. I didn't have a chance to take it in. I kind of thought he was blocking the path of where I was trying to go next. I guess not. Okay, that's the exit. That entire thing was spawned by me seeing a dog drag a thing because he had a mouth thing he could pull on. I'm like, a dog using tools. That reminds me of the experiment that involved dogs using tools, but that wasn't really the point. It's just that they're not stupid. They can pull on things. It's fine. Oh. The heck is you? Can't climb that? Why wall spikes, though? Uh-oh. Oh no, we're getting scarabby. Excuse me. No interest in the scarab nonsense. Oh, it's you. Hey, Nightmare. How you doing?
Phew, free at last. Gracious, you're the nice fellow who helped me out the other day. How nice of you to see you again. How nice to see you again. Well, now that you've found each other again, let's stick together a bit, I'll be right with you. If you want to warp out, just let me know.
He's a nightmare. Ah, here he comes. No. Bye-bye. No, thank you.